The inevitable Windows slowdown. So my mum brought her laptop over last night and asked if I can do anything about the fact it runs noticeably slower than it did when she got it. It's a low-end Toshiba running Vista Home Premium. When she got it, I went through and uninstalled most of the OEM ed crap that came on it and it ran fine. While there are a few extra things installed now, there's not enough to account for the impact. My feeling is that rather than it being a specific issue, this is the inevitable Windows performance degradation over time. I've used Windows in one form or another since 3.1 but have never really understood why this is or how to prevent or treat it. Can anyone tell me why it happens and, critically, whether there is anything, short of a full reinstall, I can do about it, either preventative or a cure? And I've tried selling her on another OS, but she's 65 and for now wants to stick with what she knows, particularly when she's only had 9 months use out of a machine.
Not an explanation of why this slowdown happens, but you might be interested in Raxco's Perfect Disk. It is payware, but there's a 30-day free trial available. It's a third-party defragging tool, but it goes the additional step of reordering your files on disk according to how frequently they're accessed. This worked wonders for my aging XP desktop, quite tangibly increasing responsiveness on initial boot and when launching applications. The most obvious changes was that previously on boot I'd arrive at the XP welcome screen, only to have to wait between 10 and 30 seconds before the login prompt became available. Afterwards that wait was down to 1 or 2 seconds. The tool has other bells and whistles, scheduling etc., but I recommend it to friends and family based purely on the smart placement stuff. It's worth using the trial version to do a full smart placement pass, even if you never use it again.
In my experience, this is caused by the users having installed lots of software, as mentioned by Avery Payne and John T. Auto disk fragmentation accounts for only a small part of the slowdown. I have come up with this approach. Whenever someone in my family buys a new computer, I spend 1 or 2 hours doing what you did, deleting all the unnecessary crap. I clean up everything that I can find, install the latest service packs and security updates for Windows, Office etc., and I move my documents folder to a separate drive. Then I install an old version of Acronic TrueImage that came for free with a computer magazine some years ago. I think it's version 7. It came with a license to use for free for personal uses, as many installations as I wanted, so I am legally in the clear here. Smile. I take an image of the whole system drive and store it on the drive with the user documents. Every now and then, my mom, dad, sister, cousin or whatever will complain that their computers are getting slow. I tell them that I can restore the old image, but they will have to reinstall all the programs they installed after I took the image. So far, everyone has accepted this. I restore the old image, and they have to spend an additional hour or 2 reinstalling all their pet programs, thus starting to make the system slow again. Smile. Yes, I know. Better to store the image on a separate physical drive than on another partition, but hey, you have to balance benefit against effort.
One thing that people don't think about is that the version of the OS that comes installed, or you install, on your machine, definitely isn't the same version you're running years later. Updates, security patches, service packs will have replaced numerous, if not most, of the software that was originally installed. And these replacements will be bigger, more robust version, fixing issues or adding features that inevitably slow your computer down. Does anyone know of a performance comparison between Windows XP RTM and the current SP3 version patched up due date? I wonder.
The delete key is probably your friend in this case. I find one of the biggest causes of slowdowns on PCs is all of the content people have crammed onto them. Programs, documents, media, etc. It all has to be indexed by programs when you, or a program, want to navigate through that directory or search for a file. This is also how NTFS works with regards to keeping track of your files. Remove old programs, delete things you don't need, clean the browser's cache, and clean up the registry. This old forum post on Joel's site has some responses worth reading.
If you want to support Joel, please consider subscribing.